If you're looking for a touring tent that is compact, lightweight, affordable and durable, the Black Wolf Turbo 240 X-Lite LF tent is probably for you. I'm going to take you for a walkthrough. Let's check it out.
Hit it.
Ben from Snowy's here, guys, at a nice little spot that is a super easy getaway for Adelaideans, or a great place to stop over if you're here to check out the Adelaide Hills. It's the Brownhill Creek Caravan Park in Adelaide's eastern suburbs. They've given us some space here today to show you some products, and I've got the Black Wolf Turbo 240 X-Lite LF set up behind me here. This guy weighs in at about 14 to 15 kilos, so it's much easier to handle than your standard turbo tents, or your heavy touring tents. It's made with slightly lighter weight materials and has a modified frame. Yet it's still durable enough to be used for touring, and it has that quick pitch feature. When it's packed up, it measures about 120 centimeters in length, about 25 centimeters in diameter, depending on how tightly you roll it up. So if you haven't got the space in your car or your trailer, or you can't handle the weight of a big touring tent, this is probably a perfect option for you. I'll take you for a walkthrough, starting with the features on the outside here. Now, there is a big vestibule at the front here. I'm going to show you a bit more on that shortly as I step inside, but there's 3 windows for the tent, and they all have the same feature. So we've got a window in the vestibule here. There's another window on the side of the tent here, and the opposite side as well, but the rear of the tent is just a plain wall at the back. There's no window there. Now, all 3 of these windows have the same features that I'm about to show you here. They can be set up in one of 3 ways. At the moment, we've got this zipped completely closed for full weather protection. There's a Velcro tab at the bottom here and zips that run right down the side to keep it weather protected. If we undo this top zip and leave, there's a second zip underneath. If we leave that second zip done up on each side, we can use the extra guy ropes that came with our kit to go through the eyelets, the feature on all these windows, to peg this out as a gusseted window for weather protection while allowing ventilation in up underneath. The other alternative is to zip this right open like this. We can roll this up to the top here, and there are tabs that feature at the top of each window, so we can secure these right open to allow maximum ventilation through the tent. We're protecting ourselves from bugs still, but we're keeping it nice and fresh and breezy inside. One other thing I mentioned on the outside of the guy ropes, I haven't got these set up today. These feature in their own little pockets up here, which makes it really easy for packaway. They don't get tangled up. Should always use guy ropes if you've got the tent set up for long periods. I'm taking a bit of a shortcut today though. Now, what I want to show you the features about mainly is the vestibule. Now, you've got a few options with this vestibule at the front here, so bear with me as I run through them with you. Now, if we undo the front 2 zips, or the 2 zips that feature on the vestibule here, all the way to the top, we can create a single entrance. This can be rolled up to the very top here if we like. Roll this up, and there's tabs here to secure this up out the way. We've got a small protected space at the front here. Another alternative is to use the eyelets that are in the corners of this panel of fabric here. We need a couple of extra awning poles, and we can actually set this up as a weather protected awning at the front of the tent here. It goes a little further than that. If we do these up again, and we just switch the peg points at the bottom here. So we use the peg at the bottom to secure the front panel. So we're going to take that side panel off, put the front panel over the peg. Step around to the side here, we can actually create a side entrance to this awning. This can roll back like so. There's a tab that features up against the tent here to keep this out of the way. And this is now creating a slightly more protected vestibule for us. There's an entrance here so we can get inside the tent. You can imagine if weather's coming in this way, this allows us protected entry to the tent on this side. You can do the same thing on the other side of the vestibule as well. So I'll just mention the fabrics that the X-Lite LF is made of. The fly sheet is 150 denier ripstop polyester with a 2000mm waterhead. That's the same or similar as the other Turbo Light tents in the range. And one of the big differences as we step inside here, this inner material is a 75 denier polyester. Now, the Turbo Light range were made with 150 denier in here, so that's where they've cut a bit of weight and pack size down out of this tent. But they have maintained a heavy duty floor with a 500 denier polyester with a 5000mm waterhead here. And the mesh within all the doors and windows is the same heavy duty mesh that they use in all their turbo tents. It's not ultra fine, I don't think it's midge proof, but it's going to keep most of the biting or buzzing insects out. Now, while I'm here, I will note that this is a double door. It's reversed compared to the normal turbos with a mesh on the outside and the solid panel on the inside here. And last of all, the frame is another place where they've saved a little bit of weight and pack size here. The uprights on the side here are a 23mm aluminium. This frame that goes around the vestibule here is also an aluminium, slightly thinner than this frame here. One of the main differences are these composite poles at the top end. Now these are 12.7mm composite or fiberglass type poles instead of the 23 or 25mm poles that they've used in other tents. So that saves a bit of weight and pack size. They're flexible poles. They're joined to plastic or nylon knuckles on the side here and a slightly lighter weight hub than the regular turbos at the top here as well to save a little bit more once again on pack size and weight. Just while we're in the vestibule here, I'm 185 centimeters and I'm just squatting a little bit. My head's up against the top here. So I've got about 175, 180 centimeters of clearance at the top here. In terms of space at the base, it comes out about 120 centimeters from the tent to the end of the vestibule here. And it points a little bit to the end to about, like we'll say 120 centimeters, but I measure about 130 centimeters between the two end peak points there. So good amount of space in here for probably one person to get changed or take some wet gear off if you like, but you could fit an esky and store a little bit of gear in here as well. That's pretty much all the features on the outside. I want to step inside now. We'll check out the features in there and how much space you've got to play with. So I've just secured this door back out of the way for you there. Now standing inside the tent, got about 200 centimeters of head clearance at the peak inside here. As I move to the side, I can stand probably about 50, 60 centimeters in from the edge before my head starts to hit the side here. So got a good amount of space, not overly roomy, but a good amount of space to stand up in the middle of the tent. If we start with the features at the top, this handle here is part of the pack down, or is there for pack down to help collapse the frame down, so don't hang anything heavy off that. Use this one here for your lanterns. There's a little plastic lantern hook there. To either side of the lantern hook, we've got some roof vents which are internally adjustable. We can roll these open and secure them with these tabs here, so that allows good ventilation up high in the tent to reduce condensation. As we move further down the tent on each side, we see the inside of the windows. This guy here has got an internal privacy screen zipped open, whereas on the other side here, we've got this zipped closed. And you can see the zips run down each side here. Little Velcro tab at the top, so we can adjust this from the inside. If you want, you can just leave it done halfway up to allow a bit of higher level ventilation and privacy down low. We'll zip it right up for full privacy. If I move over to the front corner here, we see some Velcro tabs that run right down the side, right down into this corner, which marry up with this little zipper here, which is a 240 or 12 volt power access point, so we can get power inside the tent to run our lights or appliances. Now there is a couple of little storage pockets that feature inside the tent here as well. This is mirrored on the other side of the tent. This is just a little mesh pocket that sits down below this sort of wall level here, so you can keep your necessities at hand. Looking at the space you've got to use inside the tent here, Blackwall's floor plans say about 240 by 240. My measurements come in just a few centimeters underneath that, so that's pretty accurate. I've got two XL single airbeds in here. Now these measure about 185, 190 in length by about a meter in width. So this is fitting snugly against the side of the tent there and the back of the tent. Same with this one here. Got a bit of space down the middle and a bit of room for storage at the end there. So good amount of space for two people. They do say it's a 4-person tent. It's probably going to get a bit squeezy if you try and fit 4 people in here, but it is doable. Certainly comfortable too. I've also got a double high queen airbed to put in here. I'm going to try and squeeze it in to show you how that might fit as well. Now this guy measures 150 centimeters in width and about 2 meters in length. So certainly fits, so it's a good amount of space for 2 people to sleep together on a bed here. Got a bit of space down the side here. I guess you could center it and have a bit of space each on each side. A little bit of room at the end for storage. Getting a little bit tight, but certainly is manageable. Look, I'd say this tent is ideal for if you're a family of 4 looking for a compact touring tent, or a couple who's looking for a lightweight touring tent. There's certainly plenty of room for that with a bit of storage out the front there. You can grab these online at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day. If you like that video, subscribe to our channel. We'll send you all of our latest and greatest information. If you've got any questions on this tent or any other tent in our range, let us know down in the comments below, or check out some of our other turbo videos like this one down here.